What's happening, everyone? My name is Phil with PrecisionLED.com, and today we have a 2012 Golf R we'll be installing LED interior lights on. Now this Golf is an MK6 chassis, which means in North America it's compatible with year models 2008 through 2013, and is also compatible for installation with the regular Golf, the Golf GTI, as well as this Golf R. Now, before we get started, if you could please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, we would love for you guys to do that, and share it out with your family and friends. It really is the best way to get the word out on how to properly perform these installations, as well as helps promote our products and services for everyone out there. Now, today we'll be using our 5730 style premium LEDs from PrecisionLED.com, and if you want to know the difference between our premium versus our standard LED kits, you can check the description link below, and we have a video that describes that as well. Let's get started. Every Precision LED package we sell comes with 3 interior trim tools that help you to do the installation without damaging the panels or the trim in your vehicle. We also include individually labeled bags so you know which LEDs go to which section of the vehicle. For this Golf R today, we'll be doing the front map lights, courtesy visor lights, courtesy footwell lights, the glove compartment box, as well as the rear map and dome lights. Now for this installation, you are going to need a T20 style torque bit for these front map lights, and it would be convenient to have a pair of pliers to remove bulbs if your hands are a little bit slippery. To get access to the front map lights, you're going to need this fork-shaped wedge tool along with the T20 bit to remove the screws. First step here, this panel needs to come and flip down. And it exposes the 2 bits, the 2 screws need to come out. Once you have these screws off, the whole panel comes out pretty easily. Now it's held in by 2 pressure clips, one here and here, and you can see there's little indentations here where you can just put the pointed wedge tool, just apply some pressure to bend out the panel. Once you have it out, the whole assembly flips down and you have access to these bulbs. Now the easiest thing to do, these are twist to unlock. Actually, let's go ahead and turn off these lights. Counterclockwise to remove them. And for this, we'll actually use the pliers, just because it makes it a little bit easier. And this one comes out. Now that we have the bulb out, it's going to be a little bit hot, so we're using the pliers just to remove it from the assembly. And then we're going to replace it with our new canvas style LED. Once it's in and secure, all you have to do is reinsert and twist it clockwise to get it back in place. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now that we have them in, you can test them to make sure that they work. Now these are polarity non-specific, which means that these premiums, whether you plug them in one way or the other, they're still going to work. They have circuitry designed inside the bulb that allows them to take power from either side. With a different style LED or one of our standard LEDs, you are going to have to check polarity and make sure you test those lights before you go ahead and reinsert the assembly in, because they may need to be flipped around. To reinstall this panel, there are 2 guiding pieces right here that go into the front and the top. Put that in first, and then these 2 clips we used to remove are going to lock it back in place at the top. Just like that. Now it's in. Gotta put our 2 screws back in. And once those are secure, I'm gonna flip this panel back up. And good to go. For the courtesy visor light or the vanity mirror light, all we need is the pointed wedge tool. There's an indentation on one side of the plastic that you can see right here that you use to insert and pull down on the panel. Now, what you need to be careful is when you remove this thing, you'll see that there's a metal rim surrounding, and if you took this tool and put it into the metal rim, you're not going to get anywhere. You have to make sure that you're only going against this piece of plastic to get this panel out. So just be careful about that. This bulb is just held in with some pressure. So you can just pop it out. And all we're doing is replacing it with our new LED. Now you want to make sure that the LED panel is facing down, and that's so that the light is going in the right direction. Now again, these are our premium bulbs that can judge polarity on its own with its own circuitry. So if you have the standard bulbs, you have to make sure that you test it first before you go ahead and reassemble it in the housing. The installation process is the same on the passenger side as well. For this glove box light, we'll be using the pointed wedge tool. And you're coming in from the side, actually closest to this panel here. You're going to wedge in from the side, force your way in, and start twisting the tool to pop it out. Now for this one, we're going to actually remove the bulb or the light from the wire connector so that we can take this to the workbench so we can remove this metal shield and show you how to get access to the bulb. Now that we have the courtesy glove box light out, you can see that the metal shield needs to be removed to access. What we need to do is slightly bend the metal on all 4 sides where these clips are, or where these tabs are, to get access. To get this bulb out, it's really easy. You can just start from the back here with the tool, push the bulb out. Insert the new LED. Make sure it's snug. And now when you reinstall this metal shield, you want to bend back the metal pieces that you bent to get it out. You just pop it back in. Just like that. We're just going to reinsert the courtesy glove light. Plug it into power. It only fits in one way. As you can see, the light's turned on. Now we're going to be putting the wire connector side in first, on the side closest to the side of the vehicle or the edge of the vehicle, and then pushing up, just like that. The courtesy footwell lights on the driver's side as well as the passenger side are the same process as the glove box light. We're just going to show you the removal process using the pointed wedge tool. You're going to come in from the side and twist down just like you did with the glove box light. And as you can see, it's the exact same assembly as the courtesy light or the courtesy glove box light. Just remove the metal shield, replace the bulb, put it back on, and that one should go right back in place. You do want to make sure, however, that the wire connector side is facing towards the inside of the vehicle and not around toward the outside of the vehicle. So you're installing the same way in which you removed. For the rear overhead console panel, you just need the fork-shaped end of the crowbar tool, And you're going to slowly work your way around the rim just to remove this top plastic piece. The whole thing does not have to come out. So we'll just start on one side here and slowly work our way around. And the whole piece comes out. You want to make sure that you're not putting the tool into the gray portion here, because the way this panel comes out, if you ever need to, there's these little pressure clips here that you use to force the whole panel out. But we don't really need to do that, just to get access to the bulbs. So you have your 3 bulbs here. We're just going to remove them and replace them with our new LEDs. This panel goes back on. Make sure that the holes here line up with these buttons. And you just kind of force it back in place when you're done. Make sure all 4 sides click into place and the bulbs work. And this center bulb is controlled by the dome light in the front. Just like that. For the rear trunk light, we only have 1 bulb here on the passenger side. Again, we'll use the pointed wedge tool to come in from this side to force down the panel. And this one should come right out. Now, this one we will unplug just because it has a metal shield, but we don't have to actually remove the metal shield to access the bulb. All we need to do is to apply some pressure to remove the bulb. Just like that. For this panel, since we bent this piece just to get the bulb out, we have to bend it back just so there's some tension. And this new bulb should fit right in place. Just like that. Make sure that the LEDs are facing down. They're actually a little bit loose. So I'm going to apply some more pressure right there. And we want to make sure that this panel is facing down in this position so that when we reinstall, the light is going into the trunk. Just like that. And that's the end of the installation. If you have any questions or concerns, please email us at help@precisionled.com, or you can reach us online and submit a support ticket at www.precisionled.com/contact. Now, like we said before, please like or subscribe if you enjoyed the video or enjoyed the process for what we do. It really does help us out when we make the next one, knowing that there's people out there watching the videos. Have a good one.